I'm here to issue a warning tonight to all Republicans. If you go down the path of entertaining any form of gun control, you will be setting Republicans up for big losses in November. Of course, I'm talking to the people in Congress that represent us, the GOP members there. The reason for this is all the momentum and motivation we have to support you right now will be sucked dry if you push gun control. Republican Senators Mitch McConnell and John Cornyn are signaling they're open to discussing guns with Democrats. But here's my challenge to them. Tell me one new law that fits within the framework of the Constitution that would have prevented this mass shooting that we saw in Uvalde, Texas, or any other. The reality is there are none, which means the only thing new gun laws do are make criminals out of the well-intentioned. You see, new gun laws only put more regulations for the law-abiding to comply with, when we all know the criminals are never going to comply with any of them. President Trump summed it up best during his speech at the National Rifle Association's annual meetings.
As always, in the wake of these tragedies, the various gun control policies being pushed by the left would have done nothing to prevent the horror that took place, absolutely nothing. Whatever our differences may be on other issues, what on earth is stopping Democrats from immediately passing measures to ramp up school security? There is no sign more inviting to a mass killer than a sign that declares a gun-free zone. Most dangerous place.
As if some criminal's going to read the sign and say, oh, I'm leaving my guns in the car. It's ridiculous. And here's the deal. Republicans refuse to listen to the man you see right there on your screen. That man right there had us winning. He had us safe. This is Republican turncoat Adam Kinzinger.
I think I'm open to a ban now. It's going to depend what it looks like, because there's a lot of nuances on what constitutes, certain things.
Constitute certain things, open to a ban? Come on. See, anti-freedom politicians like him simply want to take away our power by taking away our guns, because firearms do provide the people, that's us, the power to push back against tyranny. Though we aren't at that point yet. I hope we never get there. I would never want to give up, though, the only real defense we have against an oppressive government. It's why the Second Amendment was written. Every nation that stole the right to own guns from the people has fallen to brutal dictators. Look at Venezuela, Cuba. Even Hitler disarmed the Jews with his Gun Control Act of 1938. Firearms are the great equalizer. Why do you think power-hungry leftists want them outlawed?
The Constitution, the Second Amendment, was never absolute. You couldn't buy a cannon when the Second Amendment was passed. You couldn't go out and purchase a lot of weaponry.
See, I'll play that soundbite over and over again because it may be the most offensive statement ever uttered by an American president. Every right is absolute. And by the way, you could buy cannons back then and any other firearm you wanted. See, anti-freedom Democrats treat the Second Amendment with less respect than any other amendment. Clarence Thomas confirmed this too. See, here's the deal. We pay fees for a gun license. Many states require tests to carry a firearm. All of it's wrong. The Constitution says the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It doesn't mean you have to pay a fee or take a test. In Texas, we have constitutional carry. So do 24 other states, and that number is growing. It means the Constitution is your permit to carry in states like this. So look, we don't require journalists to be tested before they exercise their First Amendment rights or pay your free speech license fee. We don't do that. The Fourth Amendment says we shall not be subjected to illegal search and seizure. Now imagine if your local city required a permit for that. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Stinchfield, you didn't pay your illegal search and seizure fee, so the police on your doorstep can now search your home without a warrant because you didn't pay the fee to protect your right. It would never fly. So why does it fly with the Second Amendment? Because it's a second-class right, thanks to those on the left. So you either believe in the Constitution or you don't. And if you don't like it, well, change it. There's a process for that in America. Have at it. But don't legislate it out of existence. That's unconstitutional. It's un-American. It's always been the left's goal. And now some Republicans seem fully willing to help them.
There are limitations under federal law on what sort of firearms you can buy and own and maintain, particularly if you have a criminal or mental health record. And we'll be looking at all that.
Be looking at all that, Senator John Cornyn, really? You go down 1 inch, they will take a mile. I promise you it'll happen. I watch them. I'm told Republicans in D.C. are now contemplating offering up a bill that would raise the age to buy a firearm to 21 years of age. But even the liberal Ninth Circuit Court out in the West, less than 2 weeks ago, tossed California's law that did just that, that raised the age to buy a gun to 21. The Ninth Circuit, of all courts, insisted the age restriction poses a, quote, severe burden on core Second Amendment rights. And the Ninth Circuit is a liberal court. So offering up unconstitutional bills is just a shell game. It's infuriating. Tell the 20-year-old domestic abuse survivor she can't own a firearm to protect her to some guy that's coming to harm her because she's not old enough. Or the 19-year-old Marine just back from battle overseas. Tell him he can't buy an AR-15 to hunt hogs on a ranch in Texas. All of it is offensive, and more proof the Washington establishment is out of touch with middle America and, of course, the Constitution.